That's got to be a rough one for you to come all the way back like you did on senior night and just to come up short at the end. What's going through your mind right now, Gio?
I'm just blessed to have an opportunity to play at Miami at this university. Everybody wants to win their last game senior night, but I think we just got off to a slow start today. Maybe our rhythm was off due to the way things started, with the ceremony and things like that. But I think we just got to a slow start, and we actually, we came all the way back, even took the lead. I think that's just something, we fought back from and we played through. But I'm fine. We got one more game, and I'm looking forward to playing in the tournament.
Trying to dig out of a hole there a couple of times, like you say, a slow start, first half, a little bit in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
When it got to the end, was there any sense of being a little tired or anything, as far as physically or?
No, I think nobody was fatigued or anything like that. It was just, I think we just struggled today guarding them off the pick and roll. They were able to spread the court with their shooters. And then their point guard is pretty good at getting downhill and creating, and he made some big plays at the end right there. But other than that,
well, 67 points and the way they've been scoring points lately, I'm not sure if you can evaluate it totally like that, but defensively, I think after that initial wave there, it seems like you guys settled in a little bit on defense, albeit with the pick and roll a little bit.
Yeah, we actually were able to guard it a little better than we were. I just think our defensive energy picked up there in the second half, and I think we just gotta go back to practice and get better on the things that we didn't do well this game, and learn from it and be able to apply it to the next game.
With their combination height, perimeter shooting, and inside game, this is a really tough team to defend, isn't it?
No doubt they have talent at each position. Each player is pretty skilled, but I don't think there wasn't no doubt in our mind that we could guard them or anything like that. I just think they ended up making the plays they needed to do down the stretch of the game to take it.
What was the major difference between this game and the first game against these guys down there?
Well, first game I didn't play. A few other players didn't play. I think that was a major difference. But I think that game also helped us because it allowed some of the other players to find their confidence, and it showed through these last few games we've been winning. I think that probably was really the only major thing.
Any questions? Senior night, and of course, brings a little extra to the table, but it seemed like the crowd got into it some, so you've been here 4 years, you've seen a lot of OU Miami games and everything. It seemed like this was one of the more spirited ones of late, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. I played in a few of them, and this was a good one, especially it being a home game. And I was able to play the last game here at home against them. That was big, and our crowd came out and gave us good support tonight, so I was really appreciative of that.
First of all, congratulations to Saul and his group. Came in and got a win here in our place, and we had been playing pretty good basketball, so certainly a feat on their part. Secondly, hats off and more thanks than I can ever give to our seniors for what they've done. Been here in the program, and all those kids are going to graduate. And anytime a kid decides to come to whatever school it may be, they're casting their lot with you, and they're trusting you. And so we're very appreciative of their effort. We're very appreciative of the people they are, and just appreciative of them trusting us. Moving along to the game, a couple things that, in many ways, excuse me, in many ways, I start seniors on senior day, and I think, our team was a little bit out of rhythm for sure, to say the least. Probably about the first 14, 15 minutes of the first half, and we sort of fallen into a rhythm, and as far as substitutions and everything. But we wanted the seniors to get in My apologies to Brian Odo because Brian did not get in this game, and I feel absolutely like crap about that. A senior that didn't play in his last game just makes me feel awful about that, and that's my fault. But, I thought our guys did a terrific job of fighting back. We're down 18 at one point, and it's funny, I just didn't feel like the game. I didn't feel like they were away from us. I felt like we just needed to settle down. We needed to get going as a team and come together. We close out the first half. We're down 6, and of course they come out and they're making threes. I think they made 4 threes within the first 5 minutes, I want to say, of the first half. And then we go out in the second half, and I thought we opened up with 2 pretty good shots. We don't make either, but they go on a 5-0 run, and, of course, I call a timeout and just trying to get the group to just, relax and, was interested in the huddle. I thought everyone was fine, and we knew from a defensive standpoint that's where it was going to have to happen. 15:45 to go. They had 15:45, they had 49 points, and I talked to the group in the huddle about that the only way we were going to be able to get back and win this game was going to be from a defensive standpoint. And I want to say over about a 7-minute point from there that maybe they scored 5 points or somewhere there. So I thought our defense, and it may not even been 5 points, but I thought our defense sustained us enough there to get us back in the game. Now, their ball screen with Campbell and Simmons really caused problems for us tonight, and we could never quite get a handle on it. And at the end of the day, it was one of the plays that broke us down as to where they were able to take the lead. But yet and still, we come back. We finally hit a 3. Eric hits a big one. I thought Rod Mills had some terrific looks, and they were good shots, and they just did not fall. And as I told him to continue to shoot those, and eventually they'll fall. And then, we have a poor foul there when we go up 1, about 75 feet away from the basket. So that, but yet and still the game was still tied because Jerron only made 1 free throw. So we were still right where we wanted to be. But, we foul, and, of course, they score. And then, cut right to the last play. I talked to the team in the huddle about if we got a clean rebound, get the outlet that we would go. To have your eyes on me just in case we called a timeout. I liked the rebound. I liked the fact that we had Eric going in transition. I would have preferred maybe for him to, drive and attack. He pulled up, and, of course, if he makes it, he's the hero, and if he misses it, then we lose. But he doesn't make it, but yet and still he was pretty good as far as 10 assists and 2 turnovers tonight. He's really figured that out and picked it up. But we just didn't quite do enough throughout the game. And, if we make a shot here or there, then we're right where we want to be. We do a terrific job of closing the gap on the rebounding. There was a point I think they were up by 10 on rebounds, but yet and still we were able to come back and tie it. And then, of course, Campbell was terrific for them, and we just couldn't get him under control with some of the timely baskets that he made. Questions? I know I wasn't that good. I know you got questions. So.
Looking at them, you can see why they were such a potent offense. I mean, they can use that outside game and did. They've got very quick releases. And then, it seems if they want to take it inside, then they just decide, hey, we're going to dump it down into Campbell, which they did for part of that second half. It's pretty, tough to contain them inside and out, but the 67 points tonight, that's less than they've been getting.
Right. Well, I think, if you look over the course of the past few games, our defense has done a pretty good job of not allowing teams to get away from us from an offensive standpoint, and not necessarily stopping teams, but doing a pretty good job of containing them. And I thought the same was tonight. The score was right where we needed it to be, and the game was right there. But they present a lot of matchup problems because of their ability to shoot. Campbell, of course, and then Simmons' ability to not only get downhill but to find open guys.
Being down and having to fight back, especially from
takes energy.
Those kind of holes and everything. Seems like it takes quite a bit out of you, and a little bit toward the end of the game. I don't know if they would have been maybe physically tired or whatever, but anytime you have to fight back like that, it's going to take.
Well, I think we were tired down the stretch. We had maybe the ball with 2 minutes to go, and that was not the play that I called, and Eric called a different play, and Eric was tired. He was a little bit tired, and so he was trying to catch his breath and get going. And I think we ended up maybe with a turnover on the possession, but, we had our opportunities. We really did there down the stretch, and, maybe didn't play as smart as we needed to, but the effort was there, that's for sure. I thought, Giovanni played a very good game for us, and made some big buckets. But as I told the team, they've got to be able to focus and now get over that and be mentally mature to be able to move on so we can get prepared now for tournament play.
One of the things during this stretch, when they were winning a couple games in a row here, you were kind of getting a little bit more production out of the perimeter.
Right. We didn't shoot the ball well tonight. Yeah, that hurt us. Yeah. I mean, we went 3 of 17. That was a flashback to some of the games. And, it was interesting. I mean, we had some shots, Rod, that went in and out. And so if you get one of those threes, it certainly makes the game a lot easier. But, for the most, there were a couple shots that were poor decisions, but for the most part, the threes we took were good decisions. We ran a couple sets for Rod, we ran a couple sets for Eric, and they missed the shots. I thought Dion did a good job down the stretch of keeping some balls alive and giving us extra opportunities to be able to score and stay in the game. Does anybody know who we play yet? No. Okay. Just thought I'd ask because I don't know either. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Quite the festive atmosphere tonight.
It was.
Loud
Good
crowd,
atmosphere.
probably the loudest crowd of the year, I thought.
Man, good atmosphere. It was fun for the kids, and obviously we had a lot going on with the seniors. We were honoring some teams, and then, of course, it's Battle of the Bricks, and so that's going to bring some people out, disappointed that we couldn't send them home on a high note. But I do think they saw a team that, has absolutely improved and a much better team that fought. And we went down the stretch. This team, as it stands, is a much better team. And, we've played well as of late. I should say well enough to win. But, we didn't close this one out. And as much as you want to win, this one, that's not the end of the world, simply because I thought they left it out on the court and we had our opportunities.